Hey guys, welcome back to Pompoween. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Pompberry, and Pompoween is my favorite time of the year. Today I'm actually getting ready to do an IG Live takeover. I'm going to be taking over the BH Cosmetics Instagram account, and I'm going to be doing a look using their new palette. This video is not sponsored. I just thought I'd film the process in case you guys missed the IG Live. But today I'm going to be using their Drop Dead Gorgeous palette, and I'm also going to be trying some other new products, including the Melt Sculpt Stack, which I am so excited to try. And I'm also going to be using the BH Cosmetics and the Get Stoned collab. If you don't know Get Stoned, it is a company run by Megs Cahill. You might know her from the NYX Face Awards. We were in it together. She is a dear friend of mine, and she has a new Rhinestone company, and she's done a collab with BH Cosmetics for Halloween, and I am super excited to use these. These rhinestones are super pretty. There's different colors, and I'm going to be doing a glam rhinestoned skull look, which is always great. It's always good for like a last minute costume. Just slap on some skull makeup and you're good to go. So I think that's it. I've already done my skin and brows, obviously, so I'm gonna get straight to it. But before I begin, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. So because I'm getting ready for the IGTV live, I'm only gonna be doing half my face right now, and then I'm gonna be doing the other half during the live. And I think I'm also gonna be using the Drop Dead Gorgeous brushes. They come in this little baggie, which is so cute and so glittery, but I honestly really love BH Cosmetics brushes. I have a bunch of them in my professional kit even, and this set comes with a really good selection. The angled brush is really fine, so it's great for doing eyebrows or liner, and then it's got a really nice flat brush, which would be great for doing concealer and like cut creases and things like that. My favorite type of brush, I don't know why, but it's a pencil brush, and this one has a really nice shape to it. Then we've got a more dense packing brush, a big fluffy brush, and then a smaller fluffy brush for little details like in the creases, which I am super excited about. I love these types of fluffy brushes too. But before I get into the eyes and all that, I think I'm going to start by contouring my face, and I'm going to be using the Melt Powder Sculpt Stack. I'm going to use the light medium contour powder. It's this super cool tone. If you haven't seen these contour stacks, let me just show you. They came out with a powder and a cream one. The cream is for medium to deep skin tones, and then this one's light to deep. And this stack comes with 2 bronzers and 2 contour colors. So I'm just going to be using the light to medium contour, and I'm actually going to be taking it on a pretty small brush because I want to be precise with my contour. So I'm going to just start where I normally would, but since I am doing a skull, I want to really accentuate this contour right here. And this color looks perfect. It's really hard to find a contour shade that is truly cool toned. Oh yeah, look at that. This color is perfect. If you're super fair or light to medium, this color will work on pretty much everyone, except for obviously deep tones. That's why they have the darker shades and the cream stack. That one is for really deep tones, because when someone has a really deep skin tone, sometimes powder products can look ashy and you can't get the same richness in color as with a cream product. That's why they created the cream stack as well. So I'm just going to keep accentuating this on both sides. I know I said I was only going to do this side, but I meant like my eye. I'm going to do the face contours on the entire face. And with this contour, I switched over to a slightly bigger brush. With this contour, I want to bring it down because I want to simulate that dip where the cheekbone connects to the teeth. And so I'm just bringing that contour down, and I'm going pretty heavy with it, pretty intense. I might intensify it with some black eyeshadow later, but I figured I would do this first to kind of have a base and for it to act as a transition color in a way. And then I'm going to be doing like a skull nose, but I just want to contour right here where my nose meets my brow, and then the sides of my temples and my chin as well, because why not? Oh, I really like this color though. Melt, you did good. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna get started on the eyes, and today I'm gonna go for a blue toned eye. I'm gonna start with this color right here, Savage, but it seems like it might be a little intense. My plan was to use it as my transition shade, but I think it's very pigmented. So I'm just gonna be careful with this. Ooh, you know what? They also have the little version of the Drop Dead Gorgeous, and there is a matte white in here. So I think I'm gonna mix some of that matte white into that transition shade just to mellow it out a little bit and use that like on my brow bone. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna cover up my brow with the eyeshadow. I'm contemplating keeping my brows, but I don't know. I could change that. I might just bring it a little bit into the brow because skulls don't have brows, but as I said, this is more of a glam skull. And I'm using the brush number 1 from the collection, which is the bigger fluffy brush. Now I'm going to switch to brush number 4, which is the tiny one. And I think I'm going to dip into Dramatic, which is this slightly kind of purpley blue. And I'm going to apply that into my crease and just starting to deepen that up. This eye is going to be really intense and pretty dark as well, so I just want to build this up slowly. I think I'm also going to take this color under my eye as well. The under eye is going to be a different color. I'm going to add some purple to it, but I do want like a little hint of blue in there too, just so that the two sides kind of marry together. And that's what I'm doing here in the outer corner. I'm just doing like a little sideways V from the crease to the under eye. Then I'm going to take the color Poison, which is one of the colors that really made me interested in this palette. It's a super deep navy blue. And I don't know, I just feel like you don't see a lot of navy blues out there in palettes. I'm going to use that to deepen my crease even more. I'm probably going to take this on the pencil brush in a little bit so that I can really, really concentrate it. But for now, I just want to like blend it into the other colors. And you can see I'm getting a really nice gradient. I should probably zoom you guys in, huh? So I'm just working that color really into the crease and just gently blending it out. And now I'm going to take brush number 5, which is the pencil brush. I'm going to really concentrate that color. I'm tapping off the excess because it is a dark color and I don't want to get fallout. Although these colors don't seem like they have a lot of fallout. And I'm just going to really work that into my crease to really deepen it. And this palette does have a black, but I kind of want to stick to the blues for now. If I feel like I need to use the black, I will. But I want to build this depth just with the blue. Then grabbing it on the fluffy brush to blend it out. And just keep doing that until you get the intensity that you like. And then I'm also taking that color real close to my bottom lash line, like so. And then I'm going to clean off the big fluffy brush from before. And I actually want to take the color Dazed, which is this purple. It's like a pinky purple. And I want to run that on my bottom lash line. Oh, that's pretty. And this is going to be my transition shade for the bottom. Oh, that's really pretty. And the stones I'm going to be using, they come in 4 different colors. The smallest is red, then there's black, and then there's kind of just like a plain iridescent that tends a little bit pink, I think. And then the biggest one is like a deep purple, which is super pretty. And so that's why I wanted to add a little bit of purple here in the look to match the stones. And I know that skulls, like the eye socket is round, but I'm doing this shape kind of pointed. That's just the shape I like for my eye. You can totally keep this more rounded because it is a skull, but I kind of want to bring the shadow all the way to the inner corner. And I'm obviously going way lower than I normally would with my shadow because I do want to kind of nod at the eye socket, you know? I want this whole area to be very dark. So I'm also taking the blue and working it all the way almost to the very inner corner. I'm gonna add like a highlight there, but I really want there to be color all in this area. Now I'm going to take brush number 2, which is the dense packing brush, and I'm going to take the color Ravishing. Also, I should have noted that the package that I got this palette in had a ton of glitter in it, so there's a bunch of little glitters in this. This isn't normal. The palette doesn't come like this. My package was just like that. I'm going to take the color Ravishing, which seems like a duochrome, and it seems so pretty. I'm going to try it with the brush first. I might go in with my finger after. But let's try that. And I might try it wet as well. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, that is freaking gorgeous. And that's without it being wet or anything. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm going to just make sure I cover my entire lid. And now I'm going to try it wet. So I'm going to grab it on the brush again. I don't think I need to grab it on my finger. I'm going to spray it with some setting spray. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit more. Ooh, yeah, that is very, very pretty. And it's got like a blue purpley shift I'm really glad that they didn't shy away from bold colors for this palette. I feel like it's very different than normal Halloween palettes. Usually people go super muted and like dark plums and blacks and, you know, purples. And this one just kind of has really, really strong, bold colors. And I thought about using the yellow in the inner corner because there's a matte yellow here and it would look stunning, but because of the stones and I kind of want to keep everything not monochromatic but in the same color family, instead of using the yellow I'm going to be using the color Sinner, which is like a silver, and I'm taking that on a little pencil brush and I'm just gonna use that on my inner corner. So this color keeps everything in the cool tones, although this purple is pretty warm, but the yellow in here would have been stunning as well. It's just for this particular look, I kind of want to keep it like this. I also want to use a little bit of that along my brow bone. And now I'm going to do my lips because I have to get ready for the live, and so I'm going to go ahead and do the lips. And I was going to do black lipstick, but I can't find mine. But I ended up finding this Black Moon Mermaider, and it's this shifty, like it matches the lid color really well. So I think it's going to do really well with this look. So I'm just going to do that instead. And I don't think I've actually ever used this color. Ooh, that's pretty. It's got like a black base and some shimmer running through it. That's really pretty. Okay, I'm kind of glad I couldn't find my black lipstick. So this lipstick is a little sheer, so I had to do more than one layer, but you can see the end result is gorgeous. I'm gonna go ahead and start the live, and then I'll be back to finish the rest of my face. And I'm back with half of my face done. And you totally could just do a half skull makeup. Plenty of people do, and it looks awesome, but today I'm gonna go full skull. So everything that I did on this side, I'm now gonna repeat here so that you guys can see. So I'm gonna start gluing rhinestones to my face, and I'm gonna be using the Get Stoned and BH collaboration. There's no rhinestones in here because I put them all out in a little tray, but the collaboration comes with the rhinestones in 4 different colors. The smallest one is red, then it goes black, iridescent, and then purple is the largest. And it also comes with an applicator. One side is the one that you use to pick up the rhinestones, and it's literally the easiest thing in the world. You just touch the rhinestone and it picks it up, and then you apply it to your face. And then the other side is a little pick that you can use to move the rhinestones around to get them in place before the glue dries. And actually, before I start applying the rhinestones, I'm gonna draw the teeth. And for that, I'm gonna be using the BH Oh My God glitter in the color Blacked Out. It is a really, really stunning glitter liner, and I'm just going to use that to draw in the teeth. It's super simple. It's basically just elongated triangles. I do about like 2 coats of that, and it's opaque enough and shiny enough, and I'm just gonna do that. I want the tops of them to kind of line up, and then on the bottom it's the same thing. I want the bottom teeth to line up with the top ones. Now I'm gonna start gluing the rhinestones down, and I'm just using plain old lash glue, and then I'm gonna take that on a Q-tip. And what I like about using a Q-tip is that it basically allows you to plan exactly where the stone is going to go, because the end of the Q-tip is roughly the size of the stones. So when you put the glue down, you know exactly where you're going to apply the stone. And then I'm going to grab the applicator, and I just grab the stone with the wax end. I believe it's wax. It feels like wax. And then I just stick it down. And it's that simple. The applicator makes it so easy to apply rhinestones, it's not even funny. And then just the same thing on the bottom teeth. And you can see how the stones just like instantly transform the look. The sparkles make everything so much better. And I'm using the BH Cosmetics Oh My God glitter gel in the color Awesome. And I'm just taking that on the flat brush, the number 3 from the collection. And I'm just going to apply that kind of in this whole area, making it more concentrated towards the cheekbone, and then just blending it out towards my nose and mouth. But this is going to be like a base so that the rhinestones kind of blend into the skin. It's going to be the transition between the stones and the skin. It's going to give it some shimmer. It's going to give quite a bit of reflection. And it's kind of a really simple way of filling up space between the rhinestones. And then to kind of blend that gold into the eye, I'm going in with the BH Cosmetics Oh My God glitter liner in the color Lookin' Lilac a Snack. Oh my God. these names. So I'm gonna apply that above the gold, kind of towards the eye. I'm just adding it kind of around the purple shadow. And now I can start with the rhinestones. I'm going to try to mirror as best as possible what I did on this side. And I started with the top row closest to my eye, so that's where I'm going to start as well. And I feel like I'll be able to guide myself from there. You can pretty much plan out exactly where they're gonna go. And then it's super easy. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the glue becomes clear once it dries, so if you have some excess, it doesn't matter, it'll disappear. I placed them a little too low, so I just nudged them upwards with the other side of the applicator. Now I'm basically just going to reference what I've got going on here and then do it on this side. So a red one, skip one, another red one, and then another red one, and then it's boom, boom, and then boom, and you just start building from there. I just kind of winged it. I just tried varying the size and color of the stones so that there would be a nice variety. So, you know, you can just play around with it. And if you don't have different colored stones, I'm sure that this would look just as nice with like one color. Doing a monochromatic look would still look stunning. I'm just using all these different colors because I have them at hand. And these next few steps are just going to be a lot of me doing this. I basically just use the little ones to kind of fill in the smaller gaps and use the bigger ones to create some more definition. And I'm basically just working my way down from that top line and going in rows. And then from here, there's 4 little ones that creep above the brow. And it's very repetitive and pretty tedious, but the tool definitely makes it a lot easier. Now this is starting to shape up pretty well. I'm just missing the outline I created with the iridescent ones, but before I do that, I want to start with the line that goes here. And so I started by adding an extra tooth right there, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough rhinestones. Ooh, damn. Okay. Oh boy, this might be a problem. Might not have enough of the iridescent ones. And then now I can connect this line all the way to this line. And I hope I have enough rhinestones to do that. No, I can't drop them. I barely have enough to do it as is. Okay, I only have very few of these rhinestones left, but I think I did it. I think that's all the ones I need, and I just need to continue this outer part here, and I believe that's it. And then I need one for my eye, so let me do that super quick. I don't want to forget it. And then I do want to use one on my nose as well, and I'll get to that in a second. I didn't get to do the nose during the live, but I am going to be doing a skull nose. And then another thing that I did on this side is I took the glitter liners and I just kind of filled in the gaps, which I probably should have done before I applied the rhinestones, but it's fine to do it after too. I just kind of went in and filled any gaps so that there's at least something shimmery there instead of just blank skin. And I varied between the black liner and the purple liner. I used the purple liner closer to the eye as a way to just fill some space. Now that the rhinestones are done, I'm going to go ahead and do the shading over here, and I used the Drop Dead Gorgeous palette as well. Oh my god, there's so much glitter in it. And I started with a little hint of black magic, but literally like just a touch, and that one is just a pure black, and I'm applying it darkest here where the black rhinestones are and blending that out. And then I'm also applying that here close to where the teeth are and creating this shape and blending this out with the purple from the palette. I had initially thought of just using black to shade, but I didn't think it was rich enough. I feel like the eyes are so intense and so rich that I needed to add some purple in here as well. Then I'm also going to take a bit of the black back here and do the contour of the cheekbone. Just blend this out really well. And I'm using the pencil brush with the purple on it to kind of really define the shape. And I'm going to take the black on it as well, just on the very, very tip, and use it right here in between the teeth and just darken and define this shape. Then I'm going to do the same thing here on my temple. I'm going to create a shadow here using the purple to blend it out, and then using a little hint of black just to really define it and darken it, blending that out. And then I'm just going to take some of the pure purple and apply it here behind the rhinestones. Now I'm going to take the gold glitter gel again on my little flat brush, and I'm going to apply it under this contour right here, just really concentrating it near the contour, trying to get it on pretty thick, and then just blending it down. Now I'm going to do the nose. I'm going to take the Black Magic on the little pencil brush, and I'm going to fill this in, leaving a little gap in the middle. I'm going to make that a little bit thinner, but I like to start kind of wide. And at first I had just thought about doing rhinestones around the nose, but now that I think of it, because there are black rhinestones, I might just completely cover the nose in black rhinestones. Like, why not? I'm gonna try to be pretty precise with the shape. And I'm gonna color in my nostrils to try to make them disappear. I'm going like in the nostril. So now that that's all filled in, I'm going to start applying the black rhinestones. I think it'll look cool. Should I do black rhinestones or should I do rhinestones around them? I'm gonna test it out, and if I hate it, I'll do the rhinestones around the nose like I had initially planned. But let's see. Might as well test it. Okay, I don't think I hate it. I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to fill this whole area in with the black rhinestones. My nose is so shiny now. Ooh, I'm so happy with that. I'm gonna add some more rhinestones. I think I'm gonna add one here right at the top, and then I want to add some right here because I still have a few left of the iridescent ones. So I'm gonna use them all up. I'm gonna start by adding one smack in the middle of the bridge of my nose. Then I think I want to do one to either side. And then I have, let me count how many I have. Okay, I have 7 more. So that means I can do 3 on each side. Then I just want to add a smaller one at the start and over here. And I think I'm going to go with the red one. I wish there were smaller iridescent ones, like really tiny ones. I hadn't planned on doing anything above the brows, but I'm kind of just going with it. And I think I'm going to add the purple one here. That rounds it out a little bit better. But I do kind of feel like it looks like a butterfly, and these are like the little antenna. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. I might have to complete the whole way around the brows. Let's see, I'm just gonna keep adding them until I'm happy. Okay, so I decided to close the loop around, and I'm just using some of the bigger rhinestones to do that. And it's not even because my brows aren't even. So I've used the same amount of rhinestones, but you can see there's a much bigger gap here, and that's just because of the size of my eyebrows. They're totally not even, so I might have to cheat a little bit and move these forward so that it looks even. And then I'll just add some extra ones back here to fill in the gap there instead of in the middle of my face. That's a little trick. If it's not even, try to add more of something along the edges. That way people won't see it as much. Like here I'm gonna have 3 rhinestones instead of 2. Over here there's only 2. Here there's 3, but anyway, now there's that same little gap. And I wish that I had one more little iridescent stone. I can't believe I only have one more. I wonder if there's any hiding somewhere. Let me see. I actually removed the one from right smack in the middle of my nose. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one so that I can add it right here, because I only had one left, so I had to take one from somewhere. And that goes there, and the last one goes right there. Boom. And I feel like I need to darken these brows. These brows seem a little lost considering everything else that's going on around them, so I'm just going to darken them up a little bit. At first I didn't know if I was gonna have brows, and then I went with the brows, and now I just feel like they need to be a little darker. Yeah, that's a little bit better, because otherwise it just kind of gets lost. Hey, now I actually think I'm done with the skull part. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the eyes. I'm using the one size black liner. Kind of big liner. I can't go too big, otherwise it reaches the rhinestones. But I'm going to do a pretty thick liner. I just feel like a look this glam needs some liner. And I actually want to add some of the blue Oh My God glitter. This is in the color Illuminatial. And I want to add that right under the rhinestones that are above my brow. And this one actually has a gold shift to it. So it kind of matches the glitter that I've got on my temple anyway. Ooh, which I forgot to do on this side. Good thing I'm doing this, otherwise I would have not remembered. Should have done this before adding the stones, but I totally forgot. And now I just want to go in with some intense highlighter. This is the Milk Flex highlighter in the color Iced. It's like a cool toned gold, and I'm going to add that to my chin. I'm going to add that to the bridge of my nose, and I'll add that to the temples as well. I want to make them pretty shiny. I do need to powder my forehead though, because it's starting to get a little oily. I've been doing this makeup for quite some time. And I also want to add it right here, which is unusual, but I want to highlight under where the socket would be. Basically anywhere that's skin, I want it to be really shimmery and shiny. I'm going to do that to the jawline as well, even though you won't really see it unless the light hits it, and the light is unlikely to hit it unless I turn my head that way, all the way back. So it's not really going to make a difference, but I figured I'd do it anyway. But then I just want to strategically powder the center of my forehead because I don't want to look oily, I want to look shiny. There is a difference. And then right here in the corners of my nose, I don't want that to look shiny. Oh, and I forgot to highlight my Cupid's bow. I should probably do that. And I want to do a tiny bit of double liner with the gold Oh My God glitter liner. This is in the color Golden Gal. And I'm just going to take that right above the black liner on the outer corner and just kind of bring it to about halfway. I'm not going to take it all the way in, I don't think. And I'm going to let that dry and then do a second layer of it. I think this is just a cute little detail for the look. With looks like these, the more little details you have, the more complex it's going to look, the better it's going to look. And it's something that's super simple and super fast for you to do, but still has a really nice effect. Okay, so I added a few more rhinestones above my brows, and now I'm going to line my waterline with the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in the color Crybaby. It's this pastel lilac that I think will go really well with this look. I'm also choosing such a light color because it helps to open up the eyes. And I've been looking at this thinking that something's missing, and I think what I need to do is I'm going to take the mini Drop Dead Gorgeous palette and I'm going to use the color White Lies to highlight right here. I feel like there's some definition missing along here that just needs a little bit of highlighting, and that just instantly brings that out a little bit more. And then I'm going to add some of that in between the teeth as well, and a little bit here as well, even though I have glitter on this area, so it's mattifying the glitter a little bit, but this way it gets highlighted when the light isn't hitting it as well. I'm just going to blend that out really well, and I'm applying that here. I'm basically accentuating the edges where the bone part ends, and I think that's what I should do on my jawline as well, because that's truly the only way to highlight that. There we go. And then just to accentuate that a little bit more, I'm going in and shading around it like I did in the other areas. I'm going to use the purple first, then add a little bit of black to really define the shape. Okay, yeah, that is much better. All right, now I'm just going to add mascara, and I'm going to do lashes off camera, and this is the finished look. So it's not much of a costume, but it is, I think, a great idea for like a last minute thing. If you're suddenly invited to a party last minute, or even a Zoom party where just your face is going to be showing and you want something that's impactful, I think this is perfect. I just added a big necklace that has some skulls with rhinestones in their eyes, which I thought was very appropriate, and then some big earrings, a shiny sequin coat, and then some blue and purple extensions that match the makeup, and that's it. This took me quite a while to do, but I'm really happy with the result. I'm glad that I did it. I don't remember the last time that I've bejeweled my face to this extent, so I did have quite a bit of fun with it, and I think this is a very kind of like chic and elegant look as well. This would be great for a really fancy Halloween party, and even though this was on the more glam side of things, I don't usually do such glam Halloween tutorials. I really hope you enjoyed it. I don't know, is this something you guys like? Would you like to see more glam versions of Halloween looks? Please let me know down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to all my patrons who support me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.